19 years, every month. The deduction showed on the payslip. The system confirmed every payment. The pension portal showed 0, 1 digit, entered wrong in 2004, never corrected, never flagged. The system's job was to confirm the transfer, not to check where it went. This is case file A-007. Winston Adeyemi drove the number 59 for 23 years. He paid into his pension for 19 of them. He did not miss a single payment. The money went somewhere. It was not his account. Winston Adeyemi is 47 years old. He was born in Lagos and came to Wolverhampton at 19. He did not go to university. He took his PCV license at 24 and started driving for Midland Central Transit, a bus operator running municipal routes across the Black Country, in 2001. He joined the company pension scheme in 2005. He was not enrolled automatically. In 2005, auto-enrollment did not yet exist. He went to the depot office and asked for the form. He filled it in by hand. He selected a 5% contribution rate. He signed the form and handed it back. He kept a copy. He has still got it. For the next 19 years, every payslip Winston received contained the same line: pension contribution deducted. The amounts changed as his wages changed. The principal did not. He contributed. The employer contributed on top, every month, without exception, without interruption. He did not receive annual pension statements. He did not chase them. He assumed, as most working people assume, that the system was working. He had, after all, signed the form. He could see the deduction. He was paying in. The money was going somewhere. In January of this year, Midland Central Transit announced a restructuring. 31 drivers were made redundant. Winston was one of them. He received the statutory minimum, 1.5 weeks' pay for each year of service over the age of 22, calculated on his weekly wage. The letter was correct in its arithmetic. It contained the name and contact details for his pension provider, Albright Futures Pension Trust, and suggested he log in to check his pot before deciding on next steps. He logged in that evening. The balance shown was 0. Not a small number, not a disputed number, not a number pending calculation. 0. He assumed it was a technical error. He logged out and logged back in. He cleared the browser cache, something his son had showed him how to do. He tried a different browser. The number did not change. The number on the Albright Futures website was 03457712280. Winston called it. Sound, a phone ringing. Then, the opening bars of a hold tone, municipal and featureless. The call connected to an automated triage system. The system offered 4 options. Winston selected option 2, queries about existing pension pots. The system transferred him. The system he was transferred to offered 3 options. He selected option 1. The system transferred him again. He was on hold for 41 minutes. The Albright Futures Pension Trust was formed in 2011 following the acquisition of a smaller operator. It absorbed several legacy schemes, including one previously run by a company called Beacon Horizons Workplace Pensions, which had been dissolved in 2014. Albright Futures inherited Beacon Horizons member data, its outstanding liabilities, and its telephony contract. The telephony contract was with a third-party call management provider. That provider went into administration in 2019. A successor company took over the contract. The successor company's automated system was mapped to the previous company's automated system. No human being had listened to that phone line's triage pathway since the contract transferred. The system's job was to answer calls. It answered calls. The call dropped after 41 minutes. Winston called back. He was on hold for 23 minutes. He was then connected to a person. The person told him that queries about account balances could not be resolved by telephone and that he should submit a written request for a pension statement using the form on the website. He asked what the zero meant. The person said she could not see any balance information on her screen and that the statement would have more detail. He submitted the form that night. The statement arrived 11 working days later. It was 4 pages long. It was formatted on headed paper, the Albright Futures logo in the upper left corner, a small lighthouse, the word Trust printed beneath it in a sans serif font. The statement listed every contribution Winston had ever made, 19 years of monthly deductions, employer contributions alongside them, each one time-stamped, each one marked, received, processed, allocated. The statement showed a transfer account number for each allocation. The account number was the same on every line. Every single entry, from 2005 to the day of his redundancy, carried the same account number. The account number did not match the account number shown on Winston's pension record. He read the statement 3 times. He called Albright Futures back. This time, after 27 minutes on hold, he was connected to a different person in a different department who had slightly more access to the underlying record system. She read him the account number from the statement. She read him the account number from his member record. They differed by 1 digit. In 2004, a data migration was performed. Midland Central Transit's pension administration was transferred from an in-house payroll function to a third-party provider called Kendrick Pensions Administration Services. The migration involved the transfer of member records for approximately 400 active pension members. The records were transferred manually. Not in their entirety. Certain data fields were rekeyed by staff at Kendrick from the original paper records. One of those data fields was the destination account number to which member contributions would be allocated. For Winston Adeyemi's record, the account number was rekeyed incorrectly. 1 digit was transposed. The destination account number, the wrong one, belonged to a dormant scheme that had, at that point, been in wind down for several years. By 2014, that scheme was formally closed. The account still existed in the administrative architecture of the system. It was not active. It was not monitored. It was not flagged as a closed endpoint by the contribution processing system, because the contribution processing system's job was to confirm that a transfer had been sent, not to verify that the receiving account was open, active, or valid. For 19 years, every payment was sent, every payment was confirmed, every confirmation was logged, no exception was raised. Winston Adeyemi's pension contributions were not stolen. They were not lost. They were processed correctly, to the wrong account, without interruption, for 19 years, by a system that was doing exactly what it was designed to do. This is the question Winston asked, and asks, and has not yet received an answer to. The money exists in the administrative record. It was transferred. It arrived somewhere. That somewhere is a closed account belonging to a dissolved scheme, the successor liabilities of which passed through 2 acquisitions before landing with Albright Futures. Albright Futures' position, as communicated to Winston in a letter from their member services team, is that they are investigating the matter and that the timeline for resolution is unclear given the complexity of the legacy data involved. The letter does not use the word sorry. The letter does use the phrase, "We appreciate your patience."
I thought, just a job.
Winston is not currently working. He is 51 days into his redundancy. His redundancy payment minus tax covered 2 months of his mortgage. He has 2 children still at home. He has sent 47 job applications. He has had 3 interviews. He has had no offers. He has not yet been able to speak to a financial advisor because the financial advisors who deal with pension disputes charge hourly rates he cannot currently meet. The Pensions Ombudsman has a current waiting time for case allocation of 16 months. There is a form. There is always a form. The form Winston is required to complete in order to formally open a dispute with Albright Futures is 7 pages long. It requires, among other things, a copy of every payslip he has retained, a copy of the original pension enrolment documentation, and a signed declaration that the information provided is accurate to the best of his knowledge. He has the payslip from his first month of contributions. He has the payslip from his last. He does not have the 19 years in between. He kept what he kept. He is not a filing system. He has the form he filled in by hand in 2005 and kept a copy of. He has had it for 20 years. He is looking at it now. Winston Adeyemi drove the number 59 for 23 years. He paid into his pension for 19 of them. He did not miss a payment. He did not opt out. He did not take a contribution holiday or request a transfer or make a single administrative decision that altered the record in any way. The error that consumed his retirement savings was made before he contributed his first pound. It was made by a person whose name does not appear in any document Winston has been able to obtain. It was never caught because no part of the system was asked to catch it. He is 47 years old. He is waiting. Title card: Albright Futures. Pension Trust did not respond to requests for comment made for this film. Kendrick Pensions Administration Services was dissolved in 2017. Midland Central Transit declined to comment on the specifics of former employees' pension arrangements. Winston Adeyemi's case remains open. Footnotes for fact-checking. 1. Deferred benefit address failure. The regulatory term for a pension provider's failure to maintain accurate records of where member contributions are directed. Governed under the Occupational Pension Schemes, Scheme Administration, Regulations 1996 and subsequent amendments. Trustees have a legal duty to maintain accurate member data. Failure to do so constitutes a breach of fiduciary duty. Data migration error/member record corruption. The process by which pension member records are transferred between administrators is regulated under TPR, the pensions regulator, guidance on administrator transitions. Scheme trustees retain ultimate liability for data accuracy even when administration is outsourced. The error described, a single transposed digit in a destination account number, is a documented failure mode in manual data migration processes. Contribution processing without destination. Verification. Pension contribution processing systems are typically designed to confirm transmission, not destination validity. This design gap, processing confirmation without endpoint validation, has been identified by the Pensions Administration Standards Association, PASA, as a systemic risk in legacy administration architectures. There is currently no regulatory requirement for destination account validation on each individual transfer. 4. Dormant scheme account/wind-up liabilities. When an occupational pension scheme is wound up, residual liabilities and dormant accounts may transfer to successor entities under merger or acquisition. The Pension Protection Fund, PPF, covers eligible defined benefit schemes where employers become insolvent, but does not cover all scenarios of contribution misallocation within a continuing scheme. The specific liability position depends on scheme rules and whether the receiving account constitutes part of the successor trust fund. 5 Pensions Ombudsman. The Pensions Ombudsman adjudicates on disputes about the administration of occupational and personal pension schemes. As of 2024 to 2025, published case allocation waiting times have exceeded 12 to 18 months for complex disputes. Decisions are binding on scheme administrators. The Ombudsman can order compensation for maladministration and direct reinstatement of lost contributions with interest, but cannot compel this before a case is heard. Statutory redundancy pay calculation. Calculated under the Employment Rights Act 1996. For employees over 41, 1.5 weeks pay per year of service. Weekly pay capped at £643, 2024 figure. No element of redundancy pay compensates for pension loss. It is calculated entirely on length of service and wage. 7. The Pensions Regulator, TPR, Trustee Duty of Care under the Pensions Act, 1995 and 2004. Trustees of occupational pension schemes have a statutory duty to act in the best interests of members. This includes ensuring contributions are correctly allocated. Where maladministration results in member loss, trustees may be personally liable. However, enforcement timelines and practical recovery of funds in legacy error cases can extend for years.